Hi, I'm Kristin Bergene, an advisor in the School of Engineering First Year Advising Hub. For the class of 2024, I will be advising the Undeclared Engineers, and I'm very excited about it. The reason why I'm shooting this video today is to kind of introduce you to myself, and of course the School of Engineering Hub, Troy, the capital region, RPI, all of the wonderful things we have going on here. First of all, I'm sorry that you guys didn't get the chance to come to campus and engage with the community, because I know that's a huge part of choosing your school, is to be able to not only engage with the people, the staff, the students, the faculty, but the chance to engage with, the buildings and seeing the campus and seeing where you'll be living, from your dorms to your dining hall to the paths you'll walk on every single day. I know those paths very well. Every lunch break I walk around campus because we do have a truly beautiful campus. The groundskeepers take great care of, beautiful gardens, and we have great trees that change colors for all the seasons. When you get to the edge of campus, you can see down into the city of Troy, which is a really cool skyline. A bit of modern, a bit of old. It's truly a cool place to live and work and be. So I've been in RPI for just over 3 years. I started in the Career Center, so I'm a huge fan of the Career Center at RPI, and I've been an advisor for the last just over 2 years. During that time, I have been the advisor for the Undeclared Engineers, and you guys are definitely, you have a special spot in my heart. I think it's a really cool way to enter RPI. You get the opportunity to really explore all of the engineering majors we have in a few ways. So one is there's going to be a class that I'll encourage you to take called Introduction to a Better World Engineering. Every Monday you will be introduced to one of the engineering majors on campus. You'll get to meet a faculty member for the course, and they'll kind of introduce it, or the major, to you as it is at RPI. So the research, the curriculum, you'll hear about where alumni end up. It's a really nice course. And then for the first time last fall, what we did is we had a program afterward called Industry Hour, where you would go to the class, say for mechanical engineering, and then you would walk over to the hub. We have a really nice lounge, and in the lounge we would have professionals. Typically they were RPI alumni or part of the RPI community, and current students who did internships or co-ops, and they took the time to tell you about what the genuine day-to-day was of their jobs, and kind of how they ended up in the major they chose and how they use that major now that they're in the industry. So it gives you a really good chance to not only see what you'd be doing for 4 years in the major you're interested in, but also be able to see what it'll be like once you graduate from RPI and you're in the job, to make sure that job is actually what you think it is. And we do that in your very, very first semester at RPI. It's awesome. We continue to have programs in your first year with the Career Center that also aim to help you choose a major and feel comfortable about it. And then, among all of that, you still always have me in your corner. So, many of my undeclareds will make regular appointments with me just to kind of talk about the direction that they think they're headed in. And every week I meet with students that I can give more resources, more information on majors, so that they really know that they're picking something that they want to do. So that's kind of a snippet of who I am to you if you come to RPI as an undeclared engineer, and what the day-to-day looks like for me at RPI. Of course, beyond helping decide majors, we'll also be doing schedule planning together. So I'm there to help you create schedules, which can be very complicated when you don't know what you want to study. So we work together to make something that makes sense for you. You don't have to do any of that by yourself. And you'll start hearing from me very soon if you do commit to RPI. We'll be chatting in probably June, maybe end of May. You'll hear from me. Other than that, we have like I kind of alluded to, we do have regular programs. So we'll work with CCPD, we'll work with other departments around campus to kind of give you all the info that you want and stay up to date on the things that you're trying to figure out. We do a great program in the fall called Meet Your Faculty, where we actually have professors come in to kind of tell you how to best engage with a professor and get involved with undergraduate research. We do career fair preps that are 100% designed for you, the first year undeclared student, either first semester or second semester. So everything's kind of targeted to wherever you are on your journey. And because of how our hub works in the School of Engineering, we do make them as personable as possible. If you tell us what your goals are and what you need, we'll work with you to kind of get there. A little bit about myself. So outside of work, I am an artist. I like to draw. I love to read. This summer, I've really started to get into gardening, which has been a lot of fun. You know, and I truly do enjoy living in the capital region of New York. Troy is an awesome city. There's so much to do here. So many cool restaurants and places to hang out, really great cafes, and you will find all of RPI in those. You will find students, faculty, and staff. There are definitely places that are more geared toward students, and you'll find those as soon as you get here too, which is nice because you get connected to not only the first years that you're going to be starting with, but upperclassmen too, who are so helpful to know in your 4 years at RPI. And then, you know, they become alumni before you do, which is really helpful for the job as well. In Albany, we have a bunch of like little cities like Schenectady and Saratoga, and of course Albany itself. Everyone has their own personality, and it's really easy to get to any of them. You can ride the bus for free around the capital region. And not only that, but we do have, you know, we're 3 hours away from New York City, we're 3 hours away from Boston, I think we're 3 hours away from Burlington as well, and we have state parks, walking trails, hiking trails. We're really close to the Catskills and the Adirondack Mountains, so if you love to ski and hike, you know, we have that available. So, you know, in one community, you really do have access to both country living, city living, and, you know, deep woods, get away from everything. There's a lot going on here, and I'm very excited to live here. I love this area a lot. I'm really excited that I get to work at RPI every day and live in this area. I love RPI because it is a campus that is filled with nerds. Not only you students, but also with faculty and staff. If you talk to anyone, you're gonna find something that they're just too excited about to contain themselves. You know, I love, you know, like I mentioned, writing and drawing and traveling. My colleagues are the same. You know, we've all seen Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, you know, so that stuff is not a foreign language to us. I grew up watching Doctor Who, and all over campus you'll find more people like me too. Yeah, I guess the only other thing that I would want to kind of talk to you about is, you know, you do have this big choice to make where you are, you know, picking a college, and, you know, it's somewhere that you'll hopefully be spending at least the next 4 years of your life dedicated to your studies and your professional development, and also, very importantly, your personal development. It's really hard to make that choice. There's always going to be so many opinions that you can listen to, but you gotta listen to your gut on this one. Personally, I didn't really want to go to college. I was having so much fun in high school, and I was worried that I wouldn't necessarily know how to make friends. Outside of, I went to a very, very small school. I went to Cooperstown High School, which is a population of, a graduating class of 92 students. There's not a lot of us. Any school was pretty much gonna be bigger than that. So you know, the idea of going to college really freaked me out, and I was very introverted at the time. I ended up going to not my top school at all. I don't even know if I truly had a top school, to be honest, but I ended up going to SUNY Oneonta, which was 30 minutes away from my parents, and in my head I was planning to transfer because I didn't really know what I was doing. I wanted to be a teacher. and it had a great, I mean, it still has a great education program, but you know, it wasn't very long after I got to school that I realized that I was so comfortable there and it just felt so good to me. I made friends. Some of those friends are still my best friends on the planet, and that was, oh my gosh, 15 years ago I would have met most of them. You know, let that same thing happen to you. Even if you're nervous, even if you're super introverted, you don't really know how you'll resume your sports, your arts, your choir. I did all that in high school. I did it all in college too. So just go with your gut on what feels good, what feels right. If you're watching videos from all the different schools that you're excited about and there's something about the community that you're hearing, you know, listen to that. I know you can't come talk to us in person and come to campus, but you can still meet with us on WebEx. You know, we could do a video chat together, talk about whatever it is you're thinking. We can introduce you to students from all the majors you're interested in. I can connect you to students who started out as undeclared and are now declared and very happy about it. You know, don't beat yourself up in trying to make this choice. Sometimes we just have to rip the band-aid off, right? Anyway, super congratulations on being accepted into RPI. If you are definitely one of the smartest students in this nation, which is, you know, good for you and good for, you know, valuing your academics. I'm sorry that the last couple months of high school are rough. I'm sorry that, you know, you don't get to have those things that y'all dream of doing, and I know it's easy for me to say and harder to hear, but what I can promise you is that wherever you go to school in the fall, you and your classmates are going to have some pretty phenomenal stories about this time, and I am sure that, you know, RPI and other institutions are going to make it well worth the wait. You know, we're going to have a ball when you get to campus and get to meet us. I could probably guarantee it that we're going to have some parties in the hub, which will be a good way to meet us and meet your classmates and probably some faculty and staff too. All right, I'm going to sign off now. Also, I feel that I have to apologize for the sound in the background of my cat playing with her toy for the entirety of me filming my video. I guess these are the adventures of working from home. And just so you know, normally I am blonde. I dyed my hair pink because I thought no one would see it. Of course, that was before I realized I would be making videos for an online accepted student celebration. I didn't know. So I hope you enjoy that too.